What's up guys, and welcome back to the infamous project. On today's video we're going to be talking about getting a 7.3 liter Godzilla into your Foxbody Mustang. So you can see sitting here behind me is the 1993 Calypso notch project. It's been around for a while, but we are finally coming to the point where we're going to get some real cool shit done. And then to follow, you can see another 7.3 Godzilla sitting here, and this one has a Harrop supercharger sitting on the top of it, which is pretty badass. It's going to be going into the black notch sitting right here behind me. So we got lots of Godzilla swap fun coming up, so stick around. We'll get right into this Calypso. Alright guys, it's been a long time coming, so I'm going to get to it. In case you guys, I'll just do a quick little debrief here. 93 Teal Cobra. This is getting stripped down. It's going to go to paint and going to do... Motor's not getting rebuilt. Compression numbers was good on it. So heads, cam, intake, Holley Terminator X, full respray, exhaust, suspension, brakes, all of that good stuff. So just an array of bolt-ons, which there's a video on that car introducing it. Over here, not too much. There has been a video in the past on this car. This little white notch, I did the Holley Terminator X screen, the big Pro Holley dash with the Terminator X that was already installed in the car. Redid his interior, cut out some of the roll cage. The car's mini tubbed in the back. Well, it's come back now, and we got a 363 stroker with a TKX transmission, and we got two snails in here. So that's a pretty doozy of a project. That actually does run. We're just going through and getting some of the turbo plumbing on the wastegates and everything else figured out. Then here we go, blue and yellow GT. Neat project. Family owned car. Unfortunately, the son had passed away and now it's in the possession of the parents. The parents wanted to keep true to the car. So we actually got a freshly rebuilt motor in here, and just waiting a couple parts for the AOD to get this guy buttoned up. So that's what's going on in the shop. We'll get back to the Calypso car here, probably do a time lapse. It's hot as balls, but it is what it is. Today is an exciting day for the Calypso notch because I'm getting things ready to be able to finally roll the 7.3 liter Godzilla that's sitting down here on this dolly up underneath this car. So for paint purposes, I just installed loosely a K-member out of a donor car. I think it was that 93 GT that was rolled over, and just kind of bolted it up in there so that way, he dropped it out when he painted the car and did all the bay and all that stuff. Well, that K-member needs to come out again because the K-member for the Godzilla is actually already on the motor. So we'll get into this monstrosity in a minute here, but you can see the K-member is here. Our long tubes are already in place, and I just got to finish out indexing the Bellhousing to make sure that everything is straight and true so we don't get any wear on the input shaft and bearings and all that other good stuff. And then of course I'll get the clutch installed and do all of the last torquing down, bolting on, and the T56 is hiding right there. Of course, we got a 10R80 that's going to get bolted up behind this guy. So once that guy is installed into this car, then we need to install that guy into this car. So while I was away up in Canada, Andrew managed to get kind of the last of the engine bay stripped out that we needed to. He's got the heater core and evaporator core replaced in the heater box inside, got the Hydro Boost installed. So a lot of the little nitty gritty things, painted up the engine bay, gave it a little freshen up, just enough because this car is actually going to get Scott Rod panels. So we weren't trying to achieve perfection in here, but we just wanted to make sure that whatever wasn't covered by a Scott Rod panel, is appeasing to the eye and looks good. Bigger contrast than what we have over here, which is of course a completely shaved out engine bay, so we need to be careful what we're doing. You'll see I got the fender off on this side, and one of the cool things with Red Dog, when he shaves out a bay. He actually coats the inside and paints everything body color as well, so that all looks good. And what we're going to be doing, the same thing with Jerry's Coyote swap hatch that we did. Once the K-member's out, we're just going to kind of roll. We'll tilt this, get the engine crane situated a little bit better, but we'll actually roll the motor and the K-member from underneath the car. So that's the name of the game. I'm just going to go through here, get this K-member dropped out of the car, and really get things ready for that guy to slide up underneath here. So stick around. All right, so some of you guys might be wondering, well, what's this whole indexing of the bell housing and how does that work? Well, I'll show you guys right now. So you can see I got this machined plate here, and this is a precision tool that actually has some dowel pins in it. And the dowel pins fit onto your bell housing, something like so, there we go. And then you bolt this guy on and you torque everything down to replicate, just lost that bolt. So you bolt the plate on and this replicates your Tremec getting bolted to the QuickTime bell housing. And with the dial indicator, you want to make sure that your input shaft is going to be 100% centered in here. And if it's not, then you might need to look at offset dowel pins so that you can get things placed and located accordingly. But that is how this plate works. Lots of information online for you guys to look up and videos on how to do it specifically. But there is a sheet with the tolerances. I believe I was under, 5 thou. These are a lot. Pretty straightforward stuff, guys. Like a motor is a motor, and a flywheel and a bell housing and a clutch and all those things. So follow the torque specs, do all of the procedures that you are instructed to do as per the instructions, and you shouldn't have much to worry about. And in this case, you can see that everything goes in pretty smoothly. So let's go to a little bit of that footage. You can see me kind of shimmying and getting the car ready, getting the motor ready to sit in place, and getting the body dropped down onto that K-member. All right, here it is. Time to get that guy to go underneath there. All right, guys, so here is a sneak peek of the fit and size of a 7.3 sitting bolted in place. So it is sitting in the Team Z K-member, all bolted up to the frame. And all the brakes and spindles and stuff are loosely mounted in at the moment. However, you can see the clearance from the coil packs and the Hydro Boost unit there. You can see the ultimate headers and the clearance that they have there from the frame rail on the driver's side. And you can see, maybe you can see, let me turn this light on if it'll help. So you see there where the steering shaft will go. It's tight, but the column is not fully bolted in, so that's not really a good example of where that shaft is ultimately going to live. But here's the passenger side, so you can get an idea there. Definitely more room to work on, and you can actually access the bolts. You can access the traditional location of spark plugs. So I guess the one super cool thing about the setup is that the Holley low ram intake, how low this actually sits. Like you can see this pinch weld or the seam on the firewall here. It's pretty much flush with that. Gets rid of the angle up throttle body that the factory style intake would have. So it really gives you quite a bit of room to work with, and this will fit underneath a factory hood, believe it or not. So that's nice. The Holley accessory drive kit, or high mount accessory drive kit, brings your AC compressor up and gives you quite a bit of room compared to the factory setup as you would see here. Now with the hair up, we cannot run the kit because the AC compressor gets in the way here, and I've explained this in one of my previous videos when I actually installed all of the high mount accessories. So be sure to check out that video if you guys have any questions there. But this guy would have actually been in there, and that's going to be for another video because we have the wrong 10R80. So not all 10R80s are the same. This guy here is out of a 3.5 EcoBoost Ford Transit, and the bolt pattern's different, so that is a no bueno situation. So waiting on the new 10R80 to show up so we can get that bolted onto the back here, and that will be another video. Well, that brings us to where we are now. Motor is sitting in the bay, the transmission is in there as well. Of course, managed to crawl underneath the car and get the transmission cross member bolted up as well. So everything is sitting in place. In fact, you can probably see the shifter. So I need a new boot here. This one was all torn up from before anyways. So shifter's in place, everything is where it needs to be. So we'll be replacing that plate and everything will be good to go. So now we got some body wiring here that we need to get through because of course this is a shaved engine bay. So it does help to have the fender off so you have access to all the routing and everything that you're going to want to do in terms of getting that in the right position. So we'll be able to get all our wiring run and everything set up for the body side of things, and I'm just waiting on the engine harness. So this guy's going to be running on a manual Ford factory style control pack, which requires a F-series engine harness so that we can plug in the control pack accordingly, because all these motors came with E-series harnesses and there is a difference. Similarly, this motor here is going to need one of the F-series harnesses. We got our 10R80 control pack already, but in order to plug all those in, we need to have the right engine harness and transmission harness, for that matter, for everything to work seamlessly. If you guys want information on Godzilla swaps and the variances between transmissions and differences between the years of the motors, because there actually is good news. The 2023 and above packages that come with the 3-wire coils, well, they've actually cracked those computers. I think whatever encryption that they had in those ones were probably similar to the 2025 Coyote computers, because it just seemed odd that both were cracked around the same time, but I could be wrong with that assumption. However, good news, just because that way, you guys that possibly buy the newer motors will be able to utilize some of the wiring and the harnesses that come on those. So there you guys go. Godzilla in the Calypso car. So be sure to stick around for lots more Godzilla fun in the real near future.